we are taking a look back at a retired Star Wars set, number 75015. This is the Corporate Alliance Tank Droid. Now, amongst the 271 pieces, you received 3 minifigures. Jango Fett, which had a couple blaster pistols. You had a battle droid that came with just a standard blaster, and then a clone trooper which had a blaster rifle. But the helmet's off, we can truly look at the torso printing and the facial printing. Jango Fett has a few scars on his face, sporting the flesh-colored skin, 5 o'clock shadow. Looks a bit angry with those sloped eyebrows. But I do like the printing on his torso. You have the battle plates on top of the shirt, his belt, obviously, that holds the blaster pistols. His helmet is the similar color as the uniform, with the blue and the black. He also has the antenna poking out the side. Now, the droid in the middle is a traditional droid. No different, really, than any of the other droids we have seen before, except the color is a darker brown. Our clone trooper sporting the same traditional face that we have become accustomed to. Not too much different printing in the torso, slightly varied from some of the other packs, but mainly the same. Wearing the utility belt and, of course, the breast armor, and his traditional clone helmet. Now, on the back side of these characters, again, starting on the right with the clone trooper, not too much variation. The similar standard backpack that we always see on the back of the troopers. And then our droid actually has a 1x2 plate on the back of it. You would normally see some sort of backpack or some sort of whip antenna with a light on top or something like that. I kind of like the plate there because it gives it more sturdiness. The torso and the head just seem to bob all over the place because they're only claw clips and they're easily manipulated. But that plate somehow kind of reinforces things. It looks a little bit odd from the back, but you could still affix a backpack if you wanted to or what have you to a droid. So I kind of like that modification. And Jango Fett, you could see the armor clips carries around all the way to the back. The jetpack I took off so you can see a good view of his torso printing in the rear. The jetpack is pretty neat. It has the missile kind of etched into the mold, and then of course the jets on the bottom. The turbo tank itself is pretty neat. It does have a couple camera-looking devices up at the top with antennas. Now they're on a couple droid arms, so they will fold in and out. You can move them away from the device. You can also reposition the cameras while on the arms too. To continue to look forward, just make them further away. And of course these are just joysticks, so you can change the position of the antenna on these items as well. You can tilt them up, tilt them down. So that kind of acts as a directional or view of where the droid is actually going. You have 2 huge blaster pistols on each side of the main track, and then you have flick fire missiles on the top of each of these cannons on both sides. Now, next to the main track are these guide posts, and if I just lift this up slightly, you can see that they will tilt up and down. There are just some 2x2 plates on the bottom so that they'll slide along any surface, and then as the track goes, as you move this forward, these can take you up and over obstacles. So it's real easy to move the track and roll around on a surface, hard or soft. From this view, we can see a good portion of the track that's exposed, and there are a lot of track pieces to put together in this build. Now, these 2 bigger dishes do not rotate. They are standard, so you can't exactly tilt the blasters themselves up and down or reposition the flick fire missiles. However, the smaller ones in the back will rotate along with the track, and that helps the mechanism go forward and back. All in all, this is a pretty neat set to have if you're a Star Wars or Lego collector, but there's not much that moves or changes on the actual Alliance Tank Droid itself. The minifigures are okay. Really, you're buying this set to get some big dish pieces, some track pieces, as well as Jango Fett, because there's many other deals out there where you can get a droid or a clone trooper and have a bit better of a vehicle to use. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you'll take some time to check out our other videos. You can do that by clicking one of the cards or a link in the description below. We'd love to read your comments, and make sure to subscribe so we can send you alerts when we have new information ready. That does it for us, so we'll talk to you in the next video.